Hello friends, myself Dr. Payal Upadhyay, Principal Podar Management and Technical Campus, Jaipur. So this is the second part of performance appraisal. In the previous part, we have discussed about the performance appraisal, the various things of performance appraisal like why it is important, then what are the limitations of performance appraisal, what is the importance of performance appraisal, and why performance appraisal is important in the organization, because without any performance appraisal, employees will not be able to get the promotion, either a transfer, either a salary benefit, fringe benefits, etc. etc. In part 2, we are going to discuss the various methods of performance appraisal, because it is very much mandatory to know that what are the traditional methods of performance appraisal and what are the modern methods of performance appraisal. What are the various methods of performance appraisal? As far as performance appraisal methods are concerned, there are two types of methods: the traditional methods of performance appraisal and modern methods of performance appraisal. Traditional methods includes confidential report, essay methods, state ranking method, paired comparison method, forced distribution method, graphic rating scales, checklist method, group appraisal method, critical incident method, and last, field review method. As far as modern methods are concerned, it consists the human resource accounting method, second assessment center method, then appraisal by result or MBO, or we can say that the management by objectives, then 360-degree performance appraisal, then 720-degree performance appraisal. One by one, we are going to discuss each and every method in detail in this part 2. So first method is a traditional method of performance appraisal. The traditional method, the first method is a confidential report. See what happened in this performance appraisal. I'll let you know in my own language, then we'll go through the PPT. See what happened, that confidential report is a very traditional form of performance appraisal. Like earlier, this method used in various organizations. In this method, the supervisor prepared a report for each and every employees, those who are associated with the organization and the respective work. And it includes the strength, the weakness, achievement, failure, their individual behavior with the employees or their individual behavior with the superiors, with the subordinates. And these types of appraisal includes various things. Sometimes this type of confidential report is related to the individual biasness also, because in this confidential report, what happened? If you have a very good relation with your superior or the person who is making the report, that means your as far as your individual strength is concerned, they will give you the right feedback. But if you don't have a good cordial relation with your superior or with the person who is going to make the report, then might be possible that person will give you the negative feedback. So that is why this confidential report is very important. But this is a very traditional form of appraisal. Nowadays, nobody can use these kind of a confidential report appraisal. Now we'll come to the PPT. This is the traditional form of appraisal used in most government organizations. The employee's immediate superior prepared this report. It covers the strength, weakness, main achievements, failures, personality, and behavior of employees. But it involves a lot of subjectivity, because appraisal is based on impressions rather than the data. I told you earlier that if you had a very good relations with your employees, with your superior, so your report might be possible, your report will go on good or bad, because this is, as PPTs also say, that this confidential report is based on subjectivity rather than the factual data which is related to the individual person. See, now come to the PPT. No feedback is provided to the employee being appraised, and therefore its credibility is very low. The method focuses on evaluating rather than developing the employee. So what happened in this method? क्या हो रहा है इस मेथड में? the employees are not developed themselves. They are just maintaining their relationship with their superior or with the person who is going to make the report, because individuality or the behavior matters a lot, or this report is based on the impressions rather than the data, because sometimes when the person has collected the data can be manipulated. That is why the impression is being the most important role in confidential report. The second method is a essay method. See, in this essay method, I'll let you know in my own words, then we'll go to the PPT. In this essay method, the evaluator write a short essay on the particular person which is related to the performance and overall impression of the employees, right? So now we come to the PPT. In this method, the evaluators write a short essay on the performance on the basis of overall impression. The description accepted to be as factual and concrete as possible. Essay can provide a good deal of information about the employees, especially if the evaluator is asked to give examples of each one of his judgment. Okay. The third method is the straight ranking method. See, these are the traditional methods of performance appraisal, and through the heading you can easily get an idea what kind of method it is. That method says the straight ranking method. What does it means? We means the evaluator provide the ranking to the each and every employees for the same work, for the same unit, and doing the same job. So the evaluation is based on the ranking method from poor to poorest and the good to best. It is time saving and comparative evaluator technique, the appraisal. The next is a paired comparison method. See, I'll let you know this method in my own words, then you can easily understand what is the paired comparison, and somehow through this heading we can easily take an idea that what kind of method is a paired comparison. Paired comparison means the evaluator, first of all, evaluator make the paired and compared from one person to another person. Like for example, under this method, the appraiser compares each employee with each other employees one at a one time. How? For example, if A, B, C, D and E, these are the 5 employees working in the organization in the same department. The performance of A is first compared with performance with B, then A's performance is compared with C, then A's performance is compared with D, then A's performance is compared with E. So in the same order it is going on. So the one person is compared with the other person and the vice versa. So this process is going on till the comparison will not be end with each and every employees. Or from this method we can use one formula. The formula is n bracket n minus 1 bracket over 2, so that employees can easily compare from one person to another person. Denotes from the this heading, paired comparison method, like pairs को compare करना 1 to 1, 1 to 1, 1 to 1 at one time. The next method is the forced distribution method. The rater required to distribute his rating in the form of normal frequency distribution. This method is highly simple to understand and easy to apply. It helps to reduce bias involved in straight ranking and paired comparisons. In this, employees are placed in certain category and not ranked within a category. The rater does not explain why an employee is placed in a particular category. The rater may rescind the restrictions placed on his freedom of choice. In this method, the entire process is not based on rank. The entire process is based on the evaluator the evaluator make the category and put each and every employee in the different category. So on the basis of that category they categorized the employees. Our next method is a graphic rating scale. I suppose it is clear with this heading that graphic rating scale, that means employees are being rated through the different traits, through the different things which are going to be included, like according to their intelligence, quality of work, leadership skills, judgment, how their behavior with the employees. These are the some characteristics which is included to identify the employee's performance. Like it is a numerical scale indicating different degree of a particular trait. The rater is given a printed form of each employee to be rated. That means in the form all the things is already been mentioned, and the only the employees have to click the things and rate the give them the rating according to their intelligence, quality of work, leadership skills, and so on. The form contains several characteristics. The numerical point given to an employee are added up to find out his overall performance standing in the group. The relating scale is widely used as it is easy to understand and use. This approach is multi-dimensional and several significant dimensions of the considered in evaluation. I think this graphic rating scale is clearly defined that the several characteristics are involved in the particular form. Only the person have to give them the rate according to the qualities of their superior of their subordinate. See, the next method is a checklist method. What is a checklist method? Again, according to the name, it describes that in the form there is certain parameters, so you have to check all the parameters. Take the parameters on the parameters are based on the negative and positive of the employees. Then the performance of an employees are rated on the basis of number of positive checks. And there are three types of checklist method: the simple checklist method, the weighted checklist method, and post checklist method. Simple checklist method, that means where equal importance to each and every given statement. Weighted checklist, that means assigned to different statement to indicate their relative performance. Then post checklist, 5 statements are given for each trait, 2 most descriptive statement, 2 least descriptive statement, and 1 is a neutral statement. This is called forced checklist method, and the entire checklist method are based on 3 basis parameters. So the things should be cleared in your mind that the checklist method is related to the employee's performance, their positivity, negativity. You have to just check the things, give them the points. So according to the points, the evaluator analyze the person's performance. Next is the group appraisal method, the one more method which is very easy method. Group appraisal, the employees are or the evaluators are sit in a group. They discussed with each and every person's individuality, individual behavior, personality, their work. They have to discuss in a group, and on the basis of the group discussion, they have to reach on the person's performance, and the performance are based on the group discussion. See, in this group of evaluators assesses employees. This group consists of the supervisors of the employee, other supervisors having close contact with the employee's work, head of the department, and the personal expert. So these people are sit together. They discuss the employee's performance, their measures, the causes, and then each and every person give them their suggestion how to improve their performance in the future and appraise the person's performance. This is the group appraisal method. Next is the critical incident method. In this method, the supervisor keeps a written record of critical events and no different employees behave during such events. The rating of an employee depends on his positive or negative behaviors during this event. So they have organized one event. So positive and negative behavior are shown on this in this event, and the reports or there are so many incidents which are going under this method. So the evaluator evaluate the person's performance on the basis of all these incidences. These critical incidents are identified after through study of the job and discussion with staff. It helps to avoid the vague impressions and general remarks, as the rating is based on actual records of behavior and performance. These feedback from actual events can be discussed with the employee to allow improvements. The field review method is a very simple and very what can I say? It's a very simple and very traditional method, which at present time this method is not as much as useful in comparison to other methods. But still, this is a field review method. This method is related to the question and answer and what kind of question is going to be asked. Under this method, a training officer from the performance department interviews prepared in advance the question to be asked. That means in this method, the questions has already been prepared and only they have to ask. And yes, now we are going to discuss the modern methods of performance appraisal. In the modern method of performance appraisal, the first method is a human resource accounting method. Human resource accounting method is the very important and valuable method of the as far as organizations are concerned, because human resource are valuable asset for any organization. This asset can be valued in terms of money as far as organizations working are concerned. Under this method, performance is judged in terms of cost and contribution of employees. Like, employees are the asset of an organization, and as far as well-trained and well-trained employees leave the organization, that means the asset of the organization is going to be decreased. Why? Because these type of well-trained employees are the human asset in the organization, or human asset is decreased, that means vice versa. So human resource accounting deals with cost of contribution of human resource in the organization. Cost of employees includes cost of manpower, planning, recruitment, selection, induction, training, placement, promotion, wages, benefits, compensation, etc., etc. As far as employees' contribution is the money value of employee services, which can be measured by labor productivity or value added by human resource. Difference between cost and contribution will reflect the performance of the employees. So human resource accounting method says that the human resource are the valuable asset for any kind of organization. If in case they leave the organization, it gives the setback of the organization. It gives the that means the organization assets is going to decrease, and vice versa. Same as with the employees also. Next method is the assessment center method. Assessment center method mainly used for executive hiring. Assessment center are now being used for evaluating executive or supervisory potential. Assessment center is a central location where managers may come together to have their participation in job related exercise evaluated by trained observer. That means they are going to participate in this activity, or their evaluation, who is going to evaluate? The evaluation is done by the trained observer. They are already trained in their respective field and they are the observer of all the participants. The principal idea is to evaluate managers over a period of time, say 1 or 3 days, by observing. What they are going to observe, they observing their behavior across a series of related exercise of work samples. Whatever the work sample, whatever the exercise are assigned to the employees, their evaluation are based on these exercises. So, and it includes the various kind of interpersonal skills, communicating ability, what kind of plan they are going to organize, if we'll give them any kind of plan, so how they are going to elaborate their plan. So what about their future level, what about their level of thinking for the respective plans. So these kind of things are involved in assessment center method, and these centers are also helpful to determining training and development needs of the employees. For example, in which department, in which particular employees are required for the training, so that the organization give them the training and train them, and then after the performance evaluation is going to be done. Next is a appraisal by result, or we can say that the management by objective. Management by objective has become an effective and operational technique of performance appraisal. Management like this MBO has been introduced by Peter F. Drucker, who first gave the concept of MBO to the world way back in 1954, when The Practice of Management was first published. So this MBO has been introduced by Peter F. Drucker in the organization. The MBO concept is based on the transparency, or we can say that it is based on like each and every person who are the part of the organization. They are going to assess the future and the present plans of the organization, and the management has to involve the each and every persons to organizing the planning, policies and procedure of the organization. In a simple term, management by objective means it is a process where superior, subordinate, managers, like line manager, whomsoever the managers, and like the top to bottom, each and every person has jointly sit together, identify the organizational goals, policies, plans and procedure. Why this MBO has been introduced in the organization? Because each and every person are aware about the plans and policies, or they are the responsible person of the organization, what kind of responsibility they have to perform in the organization. That is why the MBO concept is very much necessary and very important in the organization. So that sometimes some people are very much negative of this MBO, because they feel that the privacy, like the plans and policies are going to be leaked, and the employees are discussed with the other organization employees. But as far as their commitment is concerned with the organization, the MBO is playing the most important role, when each and every person and each and every employee should know that what are their organization short-term plans, long-term terms, what kind of policies they are going to make and they are going to implement in the future time. That is why that MBO is very much important. 360-degree performance appraisal. 360-degree performance appraisal, this kind of appraisal method at present organizations are using this kind of 360-degree performance appraisal, where your boss, your team member, your peers, your customers, your staff members, you should also being the part of the appraisal system. The appraiser may be any person who has thorough knowledge about the job contents to be appraised, standard of contents, and who observes the employee while performing a job. The appraiser should be capable of determining what is more important and why is relatively less important. He should prepare reports and make judgment without bias. Typical appraisers are supervisor, peers, subordinate, employees themselves, user of servers and consultant, as we have discussed before. Performance appraisal by all these parties is called 360-degree performance appraisal. That is why we can say that your behavior is very much important in the organization. Your performance is very much important in the organization. Your behavior attract the customers. Your behavior attract the peers, team members, boss, staff members, and so on. So each and everything, if your performance is good, everybody will appreciate your performance. If your performance is not good, everybody is going to give the negative feedback. That is why 360-degree performance appraisal is important. This appraisal system happened once in a year. So the performance system is going on, and at present organizations are following these kind of performance appraisal throughout the year. Whatever the work has been done by the employees, they are going to appraised with this performance appraisal. So आपने पूरे साल में जितना भी काम किया है, आपका अप्रेजल सिस्टम इसी के बेसिस पे जज किया जाता है. That is why we can say that the organization are using these kind of appraisal system to appraise the employee's performance. The last modern method is 720-degree performance appraisal system. This appraisal system is very new. Most of the organizations are not following these kind of performance appraisal. The 720-degree performance appraisal mainly used in MNCs and mainly used by the developed countries. So feedback, it provided 2 rounds of feedback, a pre and post test or a feedback approach, which is done after 9 to 12 months. Pre and post means pre, if your performance, for example, if your performance is not good and everybody is going to give the negative feedback, so your organization will give you the warning, and they will give you some another kind of task where you have to perform your duties very well. And then after 6 months, again they are going to evaluate your performance. So the pre and the post. The post evaluation method means if your performance, they are going to compare your performance from your previous task and your negativity has come. So they are going to compare with both the performances. If your performance is good after 6 months, either at 12 months, that means they will give you the appraisal system, or they are going to appraise your performance. In every kind of method they are going to follow, like monetary and the non-monetary appraisal system. So that is why the 720-degree performance appraisal is very important. Somehow at the last moments, throughout the year, employees are very good in the organization, but due to some one or the other reason, if they are not able to perform their performance in the organization, so the other people will give them the negative feedback. That is why 720-degree has introduced in the organization. It will take time to implement in Indian companies also. Thank you so much. I hope the performance appraisal methods are clear in your mind. The traditional method and the modern method. The traditional method consists different methods, and the modern method consists of different things. So the organizations, few organizations are follow the traditional method, few organizations are follow the modern methods. Thank you so much for listening me very patiently. If you have any problem, you can ask with your teachers, which is really whomsoever is going to teach.